with Dr. Shannon Goodsell, and he is going to continue on telling us about some of the new improvements that are going with the bond issue that we had just passed. And we were talking about the elementary school, the new one that's coming in, and you guys have been looking at some sites that might possibly work, and you've got a vision of how you want that school to look. Go ahead and tell us all about that, Shannon.
You bet. Back in May, the local citizens have been so wonderful, and they passed a bond issue to help Tahlequah Public Schools. We have got a wonderful problem in our school district. We have got a need for a new elementary school. The students are coming and we need space, basically is the bottom line. So one of the primary proposals of this bond election that we had was the construction of about a $12 million elementary site. Now that is an elementary site that will house 500 students. And that's an elementary school complete with a cafeteria, offices, gymnasiums, the whole gamut. It's about a $12 million project. Now, one of the things that the Board of Education did is they asked me to be their representative to go and look for potential land sites. I will tell you that so far I have inked a deal with some landowners in and around the South Ridge area on the south side of town. That is an area of town at which we are growing. We're growing south. I guess if you build a Walmart, they will come. I guess that's the way that it works. And so we're trying to create another neighborhood elementary atmosphere. We already have that at our three elementaries with Greenwood, Cherokee, and Sequoia. And we were looking for that same potential, or same possibility with this new site. Now, of course, this deal is just in its beginning stages. Of course, a contract has to be proposed to the Board of Education, and they have to approve that contract. We're hoping that process would occur sometime on or around Halloweenish, is about what time that the dollars would start to flow in from the bond issue. It does take a while because of all the paperwork that gets processed. In addition to the new elementary that was on this bond issue was about another $1 million in instructional technology for our classrooms. Computers are the wave of education nowadays, and students need to know how to use computers, and so thus we're providing that as an educational experience for our kids. In addition, just like for the sales tax had a cafeteria, the bond issue also has a cafeteria. And it's to put a brand new cafeteria for our high school kids.
That's needed as well.
It's needed desperately.
Yes.
The old cafeteria was constructed in 1968, and that is the cafeteria that we use today. Obviously, it does not have the seating capacity or code requirements necessary for a site that has some 1,200 students, and so we're looking at about a $2.8 million project to build a brand new cafeteria. It's going to have a courtyard, awnings, television screens. It's going to be a pretty modern, slick little operation. So something that this town can really be proud of.
Well, I think that it's nice to know that you have got great public support.
It is.
For all of things that you want to achieve, and you've gotten a great list put together here of things that need to happen, that should have happened a long time ago, and that are going to actually take place. And run over just a few of the other things that...
Sure. Some of the other items that we have is we're going to light the track, the brand new track that we have that we use for our practice facilities.
Great, yeah.
And that lighting will also provide an opportunity for our middle school athletes in order to have ball games. Also as well for our Boys and Girls Club to have nighttime activities as far as flag football, those type of events that'll be out there. And also as well, we wanted to provide an opportunity for some of our community members to walk on the track in the evening.
Oh, that's great.
People have told me that they like using the track, but once it gets dark, so we're looking at that as an avenue. Other things, of course, as with every school district, we have got roof repair that's going to be done at all of our elementaries. We will start with the elementary sites that have the biggest leaks, and those are at Sequoia and at Cherokee, and those two sites have the biggest leaks, so we will start there first. In addition to this bond issue is also a transportation component, and we're looking at acquiring brand new buses. Some of the things that were desperately needed were a handicap bus was our first and foremost priority. We also needed some activity buses to help with all of our extracurricular students and some of their endeavors, and also as well just some general route buses that we use every day. We have already ordered a handicap bus as a part of these projects, and we're hoping to get that by the time school starts, but don't hold me to it. The activity buses, we will not be able to order those until around Halloween when our dollars arrive. And unfortunately, it's going to take them about 6 to 8 weeks to get those buses online and to the school site. So a lot of interesting things and exciting things happening for Tahlequah Public Schools.
Well, I think that the partnership that you even mentioned that NSU was going to play a few games here.
We have had some conversations with Northeastern State University, and we've extended our facilities for their use if they would like. Some of their coaches have even visited about the possibilities of a conference tournament coming to Tahlequah, at which they can use our facility and their facility as well. We're also looking at regional wrestling tournaments here, trying to reestablish or reaffirm our wrestling program here, and we've got the facilities to do it, so we're excited to share and to use what we have.
Well, absolutely, and Northeastern has always been great to allow us to use their facility as being the Tahlequah Public School System, and the interaction between the public use and the Northeastern State and the Tahlequah High School use has just been so great. The partnership there is wonderful.
A matter of fact, I visited with Dr. Betts recently, and they've made some tremendous improvements out of their coffers to Doc Wadley Stadium. And they're just allowing us to enjoy what they're doing free of charge, which is a wonderful experience.
Oh, and that's what makes Tahlequah such a wonderful place to live and raise your children, because we're all in this together, and we want it to be a wonderful experience for all kids growing up with a great education. And we have obviously put it in good hands with you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And you'll be a good steward of our money.
Yes, that we are.
Shannon, remind us all when school's going to start again.
We'll see everyone August 12th.
Thank you so much for being here, and we'll be right back.